Mr. Verastegui, what brings you out to the Make Europe Great Again conference?
Well, I'm traveling around the world, talking about this issue, this terrible reality, which is child trafficking, which is my number one mission in life, is to end child trafficking. I commit with my life. I'm giving my life to end this, and started 9 years ago with the movie Son of Freedom, and now that the movie's out all over the world, I don't want to, look the other way around and say, well, I did the movie's out, I did my work, I'm going to find something else. No, yes, I'm doing a lot of other things, but this is going to be forever. I'm never going to give my back to the children of the world. I follow this principle, which is a universal principle. Your children are my children, and I give my life to protect them. And I have not just to say it, I need to execute. So what I do, I travel around the world when they invite me. So I got an invitation to come here and to talk about these agreements that I'm signing with prime ministers, presidents, governors, because movies, they come and they go. If you don't do something to leave a legacy, a permanent legacy behind, then it was great, you raise awareness, you open the eyes of this problem, but that's it, you don't resolve it. So we need to do legislation. We need to do many other things. We need to inspire every parents to take care of their children, to pay attention to what they're doing, to what they're watching on social media, because child can be kidnapped in your own house, watching internet, talking to strangers, to maybe another kid, but maybe he's not a kid, maybe he's an adult using another kid. Next thing you know, they're exchanging pictures. Next thing you know, he's been threatened by the pedophile. If you tell your mother, I will kill your mother, I will kill you. Now these kids are kidnapped, traumatized, their purity and their innocence is gone. Next thing you know, only God knows. Imagine the worst. So I want parents to know that this is happening, because a lot of time they say, well, I don't want to know about this. This is too ugly. Precisely because it's too ugly, precisely because it's too dangerous, you need to know, because you have children and they are the target. You need to open your eyes. This is real. It's better for you to be scared and do something about it and nothing happen to your children than avoiding the conversation, and then later on something happened to your children and it's too late because you didn't want to talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Let's do something about it. Let's put pressure in government so they can do something about it. Everybody should be doing something about it,
Have you had any success or any impact on talking to potentially Canadian leaders on this issue? It's an underreported story in Canada, but this issue happens quite a lot in our smaller rural communities. Would you be interested in actually talking with Canadian leaders on this issue?
Canada is some of the top countries around the world. Number one consumer of child sex in the world is the United States. Canada is in the top 5. So definitely we are planning. I just spoke to someone from Canada actually last night, and that person is going to connect me with other leaders from every sector, business sector, media sector, political sector, to do a private screenings for all these sectors in Canada in different cities, and then hopefully to sign an agreement with whoever wants to participate in the government, because this is not a left or right issue. This is just it's children. It's a humanistic. We all should be paying attention to this, regardless of your belief system or whatever. You know what? Children are children, and we need to protect them. And I am planning already to come to Canada very soon to do something about it over there.
Your film, Sound of Freedom, was a success in Canada, of course, but we had our state broadcaster journalists who review films write off your film as a far-right fantasy and kind of diminishing the issue of child sex trafficking. What do you say to people who try to write off your film and diminish the issue that you're fighting for?
Some of them are pedophiles, some of them. I'm not saying that person is, because I don't know. But we have done some investigations, and happens to be that those who review the film in a very bad way, in a very negative way, first of all, turned out that they have never seen the movie. So how can you destroy a movie that you haven't even seen it? You may not like it. It's good. Hey, we're good for, art is subjective. You can say, I don't like the acting, I don't like this, too long for me. Hey, it's all good. But when you're attacking the problem, this is not real, this is a conspiracy, there's something suspicious there. It's who's going to be against a movement that is saving children? And listen, we always send an invitation to left and right. unfortunately, sometimes a lot of people from the left, they don't respond. Maybe there's a reason, because many of them, they are trying to legalize pedophilia. So maybe this movie is like too much light in the darkness, that they get, hurt. And but it's real. There's people who are trying to legalize pedophilia. They already are taking the word pedophilia to replace by minor attraction, and that's how they're gonna keep going, keep moving. And then, what is gender ideology? Equals sexual abuse of children, because eventually, if you identify as a child, and now you want to play with another children, so they're very tricky, they're very smart, they're very sneaky, they're very evil, So I will always be with my eyes open if someone is trying to destroy this film not because of objective reasons, artistic reasons, but because of the movement. Many of them are involved in the crime, no question, no doubt about that. Again, I don't know about this person. I hope not, of course, because can you imagine being involved in this crime? Eventually, you're gonna go, you're gonna be gone soon, because God's children are not for sale. You don't want to mess up with God's children. Eventually, I'm telling you, it's not good news for anyone that is hurting children.